Welcome to the Line Drop Podcast, where the lines drop deep and thoughts are best. From Clearlake shores to the Delta streams, we're casting for dreams, chasing crappie and bream. Ups in the water, stories take flight. Cletus might even tell you where the crappie bites. Casting lines and sharing dreams, fishing tails ripple like moonlit beams. With each cast, a new tale shines, a Bay Area pulse in these rhyme designs.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Line Drop Podcast, powered by Fishing Game Anglers Club. We're side by side with the tide casting lines and speaking minds. Man, I had a rough night last night, y'all. I messed around. Me and Crappie Dave did a show. Man, I don't know what I did, but I erased the whole show. I erased the show on accident. It was like a 2-hour broadcast, man. We recorded, trying to put it out later. Erased the whole thing, man. Stupidest stuff I ever. I'm mad at it, but you know what? I say once I seen it didn't happen, man, I'm jumping on right now, doing it live right now. So what's happening, everybody? It's Super Bowl day, right? It's Super Bowl day. Now I'm ready for the bowl. What's up with everybody else, man? Is everybody else ready for the bowl? Shout out to my supervisors too at work, because I was supposed to make it in, but man, I had a rough night. I ain't gonna lie to you. But before I get into all that about the Super Bowl, I gotta talk about the other day. We was crappie fishing. Me and David, Crappie Dave, was out in Clearlake, and we put a smack down on the crappie, man. Slapper man was in the building. I was tearing him up in front of everybody. And you dig that? When I pulled up, they were already out there, people out there, you know, beating the hell out of the crappie out there at Pinedale over in Clear Lake, California, Pinedale Resort, where a lot of people like to go and quietly fish. Before everybody found out about it, as people knew about the spot, but once everybody found out, man, they coming from other states, different places around the United States to come and fish at Pinedale on top of going to Clear Lake at the same spot. So I'm telling you, this spot will have 10, 12 boats on it right around the dock fishing for crappie all together, everybody right there. So like I said, when I pull up, they already there and they're fishing, so I bust my crap out the trunk and air it up, put the fish finder and everything on it. I get out on the water. Then it's like, as soon as I get on the water, hitting them back to back. They looking at me like, man, how is Cletus over there tearing them up like that? I'm the slapper man, baby. Slapper man. But man, I was tearing them up back to back. I wish I had brought my tripod. This tripod I'm using right now for the broadcast. I meant to bring it so that I could have it in the boat, and I would have just started a podcast right then, or went live right then, and it would have been a good video with me just killing the crappie back to back, where everybody else catching one, somebody else might catch one. I pulled right up. Hey, Crappie Dave was like, man, I see you up over there. We see you. Next thing you know, I'm hearing, hey, Man, you catch another one, man. We coming to join you. And the more he said stuff like that, man, the more the boats are starting to just close in. Everybody was out further, you know, 5, 10 yards from the dock, from the gas pumps and all that. But they saw me starting to hit them. Man, that bubble was getting smaller. They was coming closer and closer, man, after me. When I finally did pull off, remember when the bite slowed up, I went, and chopped it up with my guy up over off to the side, He had just caught a catfish on the ultralight while he was fishing for crappie. Ended up catching the channel catfish. Nice size one. And I just stood up and chit chat with them and whatnot. As soon as I did that, man, somebody moved right into my spot. And they stayed there. The other people that was verging into where I was at, they had my whole little area cornered off. They wasn't getting them for a minute. I don't know, maybe the school slid to the side or, maybe they just wasn't biting for a second. I think they caught a bluegill or something. But 30 minutes to an hour into that time, they start getting them. And they would not let me back in. They would not let me back into my spot, man. I tried to get back over there. I fished around. I got a couple of smaller ones around, sitting outside. Lost a couple of big ones. So I'm trying to fling my jig in between poles over there near where I was at. I don't know why. I don't know why that spot was so hidden. But when I moved, yeah, they slid in there, and after a while, they started biting for them on the. I was tight lining. Like they tight line a couple of them, I think, but then they started using bobbers. The fish that came up. That's why I wasn't getting any bites when my bite stopped. It was because I think they came higher. There's big balls of shad all over the place. So they started getting them on the bobbers. I got a couple of them. I didn't use a bobber. I was still tight lining, but they got dark. So I went on ahead and I left, man. You know what I'm saying? I left, went unhooked my stuff, put it back in the trunk, deflated and everything. And at the same time, they pulled off too. So I don't know, maybe maybe they just got a few of them in before the bike totally cut off at that spot. But man, that was epic. If only I could have had. Man, so what's everybody doing for the Super Bowl, man? Me, myself, personally, I really would like to have a 7-layer dip, man. I would love to have one right now. Go ahead and get a 7-layer dip going. Man, come on with it. May even be 8 layers, but I'm going to call it 7. Got to have a bunch of meat. You can have some beans. Don't forget all the sour cream. I don't necessarily need less, but I mean, it all depends, It all depends. Because you can eat it. You can't heat it up with the lettuce is the only problem. Like I said, if you're eating it cold, you chop it up real fine, little lettuce bits if you want that, but you don't need that crunchy water in there. But you do need the tomatoes and the onions and the olives, you know what I'm saying, and the cheese. You dig? All those things. Maybe I can get that to crack. I don't know. Because I just got up a little while ago, man. I swear, I just really got so mad when I noticed that I erased our show, man. Because I was watching the show. It looked good. Man, the optics were good. The sound levels was good. The mic was good. He was in a good spot, where he was recording that. He was good and visible. Man, I was watching all the little AI clips that came out. Everything was looking cool. I'm like, yeah, okay. This first show was lit. Just me and him. When we just ran our mouth, a good time. I interviewed him, asked him all kind of little questions and whatnot. Man, I can't say I didn't record it because it was recorded. I end up deleting it some kind of way. Some kind of way, man. But I don't know. I don't even know what to say about it. I'm gonna see if I can throw out the line though, see if I can try this again. See if I can get it popping. Hold on. Hold on 1 second, y'all. I feel. See, this is why yesterday it was good to do it for the show. But see, I'm still trying to find out what happened to last night. Ruined it. But back to the reality what we're talking about here. The bowl is about to go down. Now I can't wait till they're done. When Seattle Supersonics, when the Seattle Seahawks release the offensive coordinator so he can be the Raiders head coach. I'm so ready for that. You did. I cannot wait. It's gonna be lit. But it always is, right? Every time the Raiders do bad and they gotta go down, they end up coming back, you know? And that's where we're gonna be at, man. We're gonna be on our way back. New head coach, new everything. That's how the Raiders do. We come back with new everything, you know what I'm saying? And hopefully we do good this year. But I'm gonna be ready to kick it though. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be ready to get it popping, man. With that being said, once again, I gotta get back to what I was doing, man. I gotta get back to what I was doing. I'm about to interview myself. I had a whole show with me and Crappie Dave, man, and blew it. So anybody that's watching, I threw the link into the chat, man. Anybody that's ready to get on, holla at your boy Cletus before the Super Bowl stuff jump off, man. Anybody ready to jump on? Come on, jump on. This is what the Line Drop Podcast is all about. It's all about fishing community, man. It's all about y'all coming in, shouting yourself out, get interviewed, or let's just talk. Let's just talk about it and see what's happening. So, let me start it off for one thing, man. I am so mad about last night's show. So mad. I'm about to go ahead and do this all over again, right? Who was the first one to put a fishing rod in your hand? For me, I just say it might have been my grandfather, man. Because he was the outdoors guy. He was the one that did all the driving the mobile home. When it was time to go somewhere, he'll pick up everybody, and then we're going out. We're going off to the Stony Ford in California to go fish over there, or wherever they stopped us at, because I was little back then, but wherever they stopped us at, wherever we went to, Grandpa was driving the mobile home. He was the outdoors guy, do it all, man, Can't say that, saying much about my dad. I don't even recall going fishing with him, but, throwing a ball, playing catch, and none of that. And that's not a diss, but it is like, the issue because I can't throw a ball to this day, man. I be trying to throw. I can hit something by accidentally throwing a ball or something. You know what I mean? If I try to throw it and actually hit the target, good luck with that, Kevin. But yeah, he's the one that actually put it on me, man. Put me in on the fishing side. Let me see. Uh-oh. This is what the problem gonna be at, huh? Because I can't see the comments. I can't see the comments. I can't see them. Hold on. Son of a biscuit. I can't see the comments right now. But what I did do, man, I put the link in the comments. So if you're in there, hit that link, man, and jump on. Let's talk about it. It's hard for me to see the comments right now because I'm using my phone for this right here. I'm using my phone. Normally I would try to do it on the computer and do all that. But I'm on my phone right now, man. Link is in the chat. Jump on, come up and holler, man. I don't know whoever it is. Let's just chop it up. Let's speak about it. But back to what I was saying. Yeah, he was the first one to put the rod in my hand per se, man. Could say my mother, my mother on top of that, she pretty much financed everything. Say if I did go fishing, she the one that took me to the store. Like I said, I was just a kid. So, it was plenty little ugly stick rods and things like that, saying that you can use and whatever other off brand names or brand names. I didn't trip off brands when I was a child. I just went fishing. You know what I'm saying? I just went and did the damn thing. As you got older, started learning a little more about fishing and started enjoying it more. Hey, stop, man. Go on with that. Don't do that. Okay? Did you hear I just asked you? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you, son. Appreciate it. Uh yeah, that was my son just showed up. Can you close the door, please, man? This is like a weird distraction that you're doing, and it's not fair what you're doing. Either you come in, sit down, or close the door, okay? Okay, thank you. Yeah. My son ready to come in and mess with me and jump on and everything, but yeah, I don't want him to do the playful on the side. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna come in, come in, sit down, post up. If you not, don't play at the door, man. Don't play at the door. Because honestly, right now, I'm still mad at myself, man. I raced a whole show yesterday. Whole show. And we had a good show, man. It was good talk. He was breaking it down with saying everything about him when I interviewed him. It was a good show, man. Can't believe I did that. So let me get with the next question anyway. Do I remember the very first time, very first fish I ever caught, and what was it? Hmm. Trying to think, because for the most part, it's usually bluegills, right? I'm pretty sure I started off with bluegills as a kid. This is every kid did. You start off, you get your little pole, your parents trust you just long enough for you to go out and get on the fish, to stand by the rail and put your worm on your hook and they may have already hooked you up with a little sinker or something on your line, and you go ahead and start fishing. And when you start fishing, be liable to catch whatever, but I do believe had to have been like bluegills and stuff like that. Had to have been stuff like that. And after a while, after it was bluegills and some red ears and stuff like that, the panfish, instantly after that became bass. Might even been some catfish slid up in there, because I do remember the old school when I used to get the catfish. They'd split that catfish, gut it, whatever you're saying, and they get the little pliers or whatever, pull the fish's skin off. Man, it was good tasting because they always had the smaller catfish. The smaller catfish always taste better than those big ones. Like even going to Clearlake, they got these big giant monster channel catfish out there, right? Whenever you catch one of them big old cats, they taste good when you eat them. They taste good, but at the same time, you got to soak it in the buttermilks and all this sort of kind of stuff, so it is what it is about that. But, sometimes the flavor get right. Sometimes you just know you're eating catfish. You know what I'm saying? And other than that, smaller ones though, smaller catfish was always tasting better than the rest of them for sure. But basically, it was that though. And I don't even know to eat bass. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to bass, I like to catch bass. I catch and release them because we got so many rods for bass. I don't catch bass to break the school down, you know what I'm saying, or just how many fish are in the water. A lot of people come with buckets and just wipe out the population. You know what I'm saying? I'm just coming in, I'm trying to catch everything, and release it, weigh it, measure it, whatever, especially as you're older. But the kids, you know what I'm saying, and some older folks that come and just bucket fish at small little spots. You know what I'm saying? They come with a bucket to a kiddie pond where it's plenty bass. They plant trout, they plant catfish. They come in there with buckets and leave with 10-pound bass. And I'm saying that I'm talking about my regional park that's close by here, man. I used to go up over there before I go to work, take my BFS rod, some little small reels or something like that, small baits or whatnot, I should say, and start fishing, and we'll be catching 10-pound bass, 9-pound bass, 5-pound bass, fours and threes, Now when I go up there, I used to see bass fry all in the area, so you knew it was bass in the area. But man, as soon as you go out there now and try to fish, it's a rappy mondo. You ain't catching any bass. At least I haven't caught any, and I go to all the spots I normally go to, man. I'll be tossing around, tossing that Cinco around and stuff, man. Can't get a bite from nothing. Not one bass. And that's because of the bucket fishermen. That's on mama. Soon as they found out, I swear I almost feel like when I put my video up, I feel like it ended up being somebody saw where I was at, and they saw the giant double-digit fish I was catching, me and my son. Next thing you know, man, they just start catching them and taking them, putting them in their buckets, man. I swear that's what it feels like, because I don't catch fish there no more. And we used to always catch fish, like all the time. Even when I put Crappie Dave on it, Crappie Dave and showed up, he was catching bass. When he come out here and kick it, he'll slide up there. You know what I'm saying? He start nailing bass. This is a spot. Man, you try to go there and catch a bass now. Throw your Cinco around a little island and all that now, walk around, have you a nice little walk around the park, see if you catch one now. Man, you ain't catching nothing. So, and one thing about fishing game, we don't got a problem about saying where we fishing at, because it's nothing. If you can fish and I tell you where they biting at, and if we're there at the same time, then you come out fish me. I mean, just out fish me, because I'm not gonna sit up and say you can't fish here, man. Water's for everybody. And I'm trying to put you up on game where they may be biting at, or where it was working out for me. And if you can't understand, you're saying that to respect when you come to a spot, period, plain blank. I don't care if somebody told you about the spot. If you just stumbled across the spot, and come on, man, respect the game. Don't come over there trying to tell the world where you're biting at and ruin it for everybody. When you get there, now you can't find a spot. You know what I mean? What kind of stuff is that? You can't do that. We will let you know where we fish at and what's happening, what we catching and whatnot, though. But other than that, yeah, man. I'm still, man, I can't see that. I got a comment, man, but I swear on this phone, this is where I need to step my game up, because I cannot see. I literally cannot see the comments on here, man. I should be able to swipe over here and be able to read them, because I see that people making comments. I just can't see them right now from my phone. I see it on the screen. But like I said, man, jump on. If y'all see the link in the chat, go up, scroll down or up or whatnot, get to the link, hit the link and jump on. It'll be easier to do that. Fishing Game is here for you. Hit that link. It's in the chat. Jump on. Let's talk. Let me meet y'all. Get to this next question. I'm still thinking about that show from last night, y'all. What was a specific moment or trip where you realized you were hooked on fishing for life? Really, when I started my summer Crappie Dave, because I was out there, I was fishing, dibble dabble fishing. You go somewhere, you try to fish and everything. But when I first started kicking it with Crappie Dave, we've been friends, or whatnot, saying, since elementary. But I really just started hanging with him and kicking with him. I walked by his house one day. He was outside. He was cleaning a bucket full of red ears, a big cooler. I had a hell of red ears. I was walking by and I was like, damn, this dude, that I know who he is, I don't really trip off him as a fisherman, Like I said, we was kids and we didn't even talk for a while, not because we was mad at each other, but just life just has you this side and that side, and you kind of cross paths and sometimes you don't. But I'm walking past and I see him and I'm just like, man, that boy Boost got a whole bunch of fish over there, and I as I was walking by, he spoke. So, I stepped into the yard and we started talking, and I seen all the red ears, and he gave me some fish. I was like, okay, they started inviting me, talking about, we be going fishing and, come mess with us, me and his cousin Winston and them. End up doing that. And man, we started going up to Clearlake. I used to go to Clearlake anyway, with the family. So going up to Clearlake with Crappie Dave got even more fun, because he and his cousin Winston, they had aluminum boats, so they let me on an aluminum boat, We slide in that water, man. We was launching at Canocti Casino. No, my bad. Not the casino. Canocti Harbor. We would go to Canocti Harbor and murder the crappie. It was this guy there, you know what I'm saying? I used to call him Mr. Crappie, not the old school famous dude, Bass Pro Shop movies over at me, season shows and all that. But it's this dude, we called him Mr. Crappie because he used to just sit back and lean against this. He was on this canoe and he'd be parked against this little steamboat that was called the Princess or something like that. And he'd be just setting the hook, saying, catching crappie, handing them to people, you know what I mean? It's just looking like, well, damn, well, how is he doing it like this? I'm looking like, what's his secret, I don't know. I think he just knew how to finesse. He may have had a good bait on, I don't know, but he would just kill him. And I used to get inspiration from that. Like, man, I want to be like that guy. I want to be the guy that's catching the crappie like that. Eventually, you know what I'm saying? I started focusing, I started trying to get on it. I started learning how to get on their head. After that, I would start coming to Clear Lake with my little nephew, so he was little then. Go up to Clear Lake, it could be just then it got through snowing. It'd be ice all over the dock, but I'm out there being my nephew. Learned about the little 5-foot ultralights. And I fell in love with that, for catching crappie when you're sitting right there on the dock. Nice 5-foot ultralight, man, with that real light line, 2-pound, 4-pound test. Lifting up crappie, sometimes the line snap, because clearly got those big old 3-pounder pluses all day long. But we be losing fish, you know what I'm saying? Fingertips be numb, because you got the gloves on trying to be warm out there. Your fingertips is numb and hurting. Man, it had so much fun though back then. Man, I tell you, I would drive 2 hours. And actually I live further than I do now from Clear Lake. So I live further. So it might have been 2.5, 3 hours. Hey, just to go out there, catch a few fish in the morning, get that morning bite before security and other people come and make you get off the docks from the property that you're fishing on, But that's what it was for me. I used to go out there and have a ball, man. So riding out there, with Crappie Dave and Winston and getting the, being on the water, not just from the bank, but on the water at Clear Lake. Oh man, that changed everything for me. Now I keep a boat in my trunk now, just because of stuff like that. If I see some water I want to get on, man, I'll pop the trunk, open it up, lay it out, air it up, and I'm in there, man. You know what I'm saying? All right. We all have a one that got away story. Now, what's the most heartbreaking loss you've had at the boat side? I wasn't at boat side. I was on the goddamn shore. I was out in Lakeport fishing for salmon. Man, throwing those flying sea lures, throwing them from the bank. Had my waders on, so I can step out a little further. You're on that at the river. You got to cast further sometimes just to get to certain spots. Salmon always coming through here, So I'm out there and I'm fishing. Study casting around, it's people lined up all down the levee. Everybody wants some of this salmon. But all that casting, I finally hook one. And the pole was bending, My smile, man, Colgate, Crest, all that, man. I was super juiced. Reeling me and fighting them. I'm fighting them like this. Face, man, I had the Kool-Aid smile. The people that was next to me, all you hear is, hey, good fish, right on, dude. Oh, man, that must probably be a monster, and I'm like this. Really having a good time, man. He's stripping drag. He's running up and down the river, I'm studying fighting him. I'm not even horsing him. I'm just enjoying the fight because he's strong. This is a salmon. I'm playing him and finessing him, bringing him in. All of a sudden, the guy to my right say, hey, you better hurry up. There's a sea lion coming. I don't even see no sea lion. The water's flat looking, all I see is me fighting. This is me. All I see is flat water and the line steadily going this way and that way, making its way, pull, making its way. But I guess that sea lion is coming like a damn shark. This dude just keeps saying, hey, you better hurry up. He coming. He must be making a beeline from the other side, wherever he saw him coming from, man. So I'm just sitting there waiting. Finally, he's coming. He coming in. The dude said, man, you better hurry. You right there. The salmon is about to hit the shore. I see him start to he's skidding across the water, so right across the bank as he got close, he skidding across. As soon as he did that, man, that big ass sea lion just came out the water like Jaws. Wow. Grabbed him by his back, turned around, and pulled my line. He just went straight into the water. My line was still pulling because the flying sea is still hooked into the salmon. I still got the salmon, but the sea lion took off. I watched my line, the string is pull. I'm like, I got to cut this because I can't take it from him. So I tightened it up. It broke. As soon as it broke, the damn salmon had stopped pulling. It's like he turned around. He raised about the water with the salmon in his mouth. He turned to the side, and he just started doing this. and I'm just standing there, man, in amazement. I'm on the bank like this. And the people are looking like, they waited for my response because it was so chaotic and so fast. And the way it happened, it was such an adrenaline rush. And I'm just standing there. They looking at me, waiting for me to say something. And the first thing that came out of my mouth, that was awesome. They all start laughing like, man, he done lost his mind. I was just like, whoa, man, that was a rush. The fact that I caught the salmon, because we was catching them on crappie jigs. We'll be fishing in the different little docks and marinas, and we would catch them salmon on crappie jigs, But this time I'm targeting them though. So with the hook one, I was excited. The fight was fun. It was pulling, but man, when that sea lion came and took my fish, man, that was heartbreaking. Especially leaving, after all that adrenaline, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was a fight. Ooh, and then the salmon came. And the sea lion came and took the salmon. And, the whole thing was exciting. After all that calmed down, I started thinking, man, dude could have threw a rock at the sea lion or something. You saw him coming. You see me happily fighting my fish. You could have helped me, man. You could have threw a rock and scared him off or something. You wouldn't have scared the salmon. I had him hooked. You wasn't scaring him. You could have threw something at the salmon, the sea lion, man. That's all I got to say to the guy. I don't know. I wish I knew who he was. I wish I knew he would be watching or something like that. If he was a fishing game, Cletus Clearlake fan, you feel me? Brother, I wish you'd have helped me, man. Throw a rock at him, do something, man. Raw at him or something. You know what I'm saying? Scare him off, man. Don't just sit up here and keep hollering at me, telling me you coming. Then when you show up, you see him show up and you ain't already prepared. Like, I got your back, brother, because you see me bringing him in. But yeah, that was my little shit, man. That was my devastating loss. Because I left from there and I was mad. After I was excited, but when I started leaving like, man, why he didn't help? I'm used to seeing people when they catch their fish, they coming down the little hillside to their cars, 2 fingers in the gill, holding them in salmon. I'm supposed to have one too. I'm supposed to have a salmon too, man. What happened? I don't know, man. They said the sea lion and they saw everything, but they didn't do nothing about it, man. So that was that. Was you in there watching on TV or something? Okay, I was curious because I was seeing the numbers go up and down. My son has stepped into in the studio. All right. Now, next question, man. In this self-interview, since I've erased the damn video, I had an interview last night, man, the whole 2-hour show, man. Crappie Dad gonna be hot at me. Well, I mean, you can't be mad at me, but you're gonna be hot like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Man, we did that. But other than that, like I said, what's the worst mishap? I stepped on a log. It was a state park at Clearlake, fishing from the bank. There was this log, right? It used to look like a log. It was like, how if you cut a tree, you see the top of the stump, all the little wood lines and all the stuff, wood rings. You're on that now. Just think about you fishing. You didn't hooked into a fish. or are you trying to get closer onto the water to cast a little further? I think that's what I'm doing if my memory serves me proper. I stepped on the wood thinking it was stable, a stump. Man, as soon as I put my foot on it, the whole damn stump said, shh. It was just floating. It was floating on top of the water. It looked like a piece, it looked like a stump, but it was just a cut piece of the top part of the wood floating on the damn water. So when I step on it, man, my legs did one of them, you know what I'm saying? I did the splits and I fell in, man. Crappie Dave laughing at me. It was early in the morning. It was cold. I forgot if it was spring or whatever it was, but it was cold. Man, and I was soaked, you know what I'm saying? I had to go sit in the car for a minute and turn the heater on blast and try to dry up a little bit, man. But it didn't ruin my trip, but it put a pause on me, man. I had to pause for sure because I was wet, it was cold, and I was just trying to get into the fish. But that was one of my mishaps, man. Just stepping out, you know what I'm saying? Thinking I saw something that looked stationary. It wasn't floating around moving, it was just sitting there. So when I confidently stepped on it, oh, water everywhere. You know what I'm saying? They laughing. People, it's a cross from suspicion. They pointing, laughing. I couldn't be mad because if they fell in the water, believe me, I'd have been in tears because I'm a silly motherfucker. I'd have been giggling and cracking up the whole time, man. Trust that. Trust that. Hey, okay, let's get to this next question. If you could only fish for one species for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? That's easy. Crappie. Crappie, just because they're so abundant. There's so many of them, you know what I'm saying? The schools, and especially where I fish, and in the California Delta, they got them big too, you know what I'm saying? If they're not humongous like Clearlakes, if they're not 3-pounders and all that, they definitely pounders and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Keeper sizes. 11, 12 inches. You know what I'm saying? 10 is like I think that's the smallest you can keep in the Delta. 10 10-inch fish as far as crappie go. But that's still a decent size, you know what I'm saying? It's a good eating size, but they would be 11s and 12s out there for sure, you know. So but crappie, man. Like I said, I like catching largemouth bass and stuff like that. And I guess it's easy to just say crappie if you had to just pick one. But I got fish that's on a bucket list that I be wanting to catch, man. I mean, I've never caught and landed a sturgeon. I still want to do that. I still haven't like traveled to other states to get the different species of fish. You know what I'm saying? Different kinds of fish from other places. You know, because different spots got different ones. You know, I've never caught a walleye. You know, they don't have those over here. Barramundi. I would love to catch some barramundi, but they don't have that up over here. You know, that's over in Florida. Peacock bass. Always wanted to catch a peacock bass. That was one of the prettiest basses, you know what I'm saying, I've seen, you know. That's over there in Florida and in other places that way, you know what I'm saying? What's another fish? A tarpon. I would like to fight a big-ass tarpon. I'd like to catch a sheephead. Look, even saying that, I might as well take my ass over to Florida for a trip one day or something, you know what I'm saying? And go get on some fishing over there, man. Go catch some of these fishes, man. Because, I mean, you know who? What's dude, man? Hood Fishing Entertainment, man. That dude would be catching all kinds of variety of fish. You know, they got that variety over there. But he easily catching them, and he make it look so good and so fun. I watched that boy put a sunflower seed on the shell on the hook and hooked into something. I mean, he did a couple of little things I laughed at, but my mind's like, you know, of course, he already on them. He know they on fire, and he's probably like, man, I bet you I can catch him with this dirt ball, you know what I'm saying, and then catch it, you know what I'm saying, because you know they on fire, they hitting everything. You know, some fish will hit a plain hook with nothing on it, you know, so, and that's not no diss to him. You know, he knew how to play it, you know, because they on fire. I would do the same thing. I saw a guy just the other day do that with bubble gum. He was fishing for crappie, and he put a piece of bubble gum on the hook and caught a crappie. I say, man, it was cool. That was cute, you know. But see, that's when I saw that, I say, you know what, dude? They got all kind of names for crappie, you know, sac-a-lait, strawberry bass, and you know, all kind of different little names. Slab, barn door slabs, and all that kind of stuff. I told dude, I say, man, just because of you doing that, I said, I'm gonna call crappie Hubba Bubbas from now on. Since you catching them with bubble gum, I'm calling them Hubba Bubbas, man. That's my new term for them. They still slabs and all them other things, you know what I'm saying? But they gonna be Hubba Bubbas or Bubbas, you know. I might even call them a Hubba, you know. I might feed them a Hubba. That's to the old school dope era dudes. But anyway, yeah, Hubba Bubbas, man. Be catching Hubba Bubba slabs around here, man. That's the big boys. I even seen Real Life. Shout out to Real Life, man. When I was catching my crappie the other day, I thought about him. I said, man, I wish I had a 5-pound bucket right now. Because I'm ready to measure some of these, man. Because he's out there, he getting his, you know what I'm saying? He done got him a couple of PBs, you know what I'm saying? They was under 3, I think, from what he said. They might have been like 2.5 pounds or something like that. But they, you know, he caught 2 of them, and then he said there was 2 of his personal best, and he caught them, I think, in the same trip, you know. So he says getting them stuffed and mounted, and like, that's cool. That's dope, you know what I'm saying? But I really was looking for that bucket when I was catching. I didn't have no bucket. I was like, damn, man, I wish I'd have brought a bucket because I was ready to do that challenge, especially going to Clearlake. I was ready to get him with that challenge, man. So I don't know, Real. I'm not going crappie fishing next week, so I can't say that. I was about to say I'm after you on that challenge, but nah. Next week, or at least this week, I'm gonna go fishing for striper, man. I'm gonna go get on the stripers. They're starting to show up kind of tough out here in the Delta now. Everybody out there beating up the crappie, you know what I'm saying, in Clearlake. That's just the thing everybody doing right now. Anybody who's anybody is going to Clearlake and getting on the crappie. See, that's something that we do all the time, you know what I'm saying? That's a yearly thing for us. A few times a year we go out there, you know what I'm saying? But it's like to all the new people that's learning about the lake, yeah, they starting to show up and they beating the hell out of them right now. So, but hey, I don't know how many crappies are in Clear Lake. They got so many crappie out there, man. People are beating them up left and right in different spots, and you can still go out there and get you a limit. Even if the fish are getting smaller when you're catching them, they're still big size, small fish. I threw back a couple of them. I ain't gonna lie, when I was fishing this the other day, and I'm getting them back to back, but I got so comfortable, I guess my mom was like, you know, I'm kidding. This is Clear Lake. I'm catching Clear Lake slabs. I don't need the smaller ones. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can go back. I'll catch y'all next season when y'all feed up on all these shad and all this other silver side minnows and everything that they got in abundance in the lake. You keep on going to feed on all that stuff and you get bigger. I'll come back and get you next time. You know, so that's how I felt about the smaller crappie. There's only a couple of them, but I should have had a limit just from the spot I was at for them couple of hours. But I don't know. Like I said, I'm happy when I go to Clear Lake. If I catch 10 crappie out there, I'm happy because they so big. Man, that's 20 fillets of some nice size fillets. You know what I'm saying? Of fish. Shit, man, I don't need to have 25. I'm not saying I'd be excited, happy, and all the stuff like if I get 25. I'm saying I'm happy. I can leave there with 10 and be like, good. You know, good. I'm good. And they ain't got to worry about nothing. Know when I bring them home, you know, when I get to the house and I'll fillet them up, piles of fish, you know what I'm saying? Not no little pieces. And I can take those big crappie fillets and slice them up. I can turn one fillet into 3 or 4 pieces of fish, at least 3. But I'm saying 3 or 4 pieces of fish from one fillet. So now just think about 20 fillets from 10 fish. And you're getting 4 pieces out of one fillet. Come on, man, that's a damn fish fry right there. Fish fry right there off 10 crappies. Now, this question right here, this is interesting for me. Do you fish for the solitude and peace or the adventures of the fight, or the adrenaline, excuse me, of the fight? I say it's both. Because when I go fishing, I definitely am trying to protect my peace. Definitely. I mean, you got work, you know, the stresses of work. You got your home life. You got, you know, just, well, just say the stresses of life. When you go out and do things, you're saying your finances, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's your relationship or whatever. And I'm not talking about me. I'm just saying in general, period, point blank. different things that go on in your life that kind of stress you out. You know what I'm saying? Your boss at work, they can say your finances, something just ain't going right. You know what I'm saying? And you can't do nothing about it. You know, you then pulling your hair out because you're stressing out about something. What you really want to do is find you some peace. And for me, that's the water. I will go to the water and go fishing and enjoy that day. I wouldn't care if I caught something or not. I'm enjoying that day, man. You know what I'm talking about? I protect my peace when I'm on the water. I used to not even want to answer the phone, you know. I wouldn't answer the phone. Long as you know that I'm on the water, I'm good. But I'm not answering my phone if you calling me with nonsense or you don't want nothing. You know, if I know you don't want nothing, put it like that. I'm not gonna just say I'm just gonna ignore important calls and all that. You know, 'cause you gonna look at it and see who's calling. But if I know this is nothing, it can wait or something like that. You know, if I send a text and say, hit me back, I'm fishing or something, I mean, I'm gonna do something. Most of the time I might just ignore it though. If I see somebody I know they're not in the issue, they don't have no kind of dilemma, they just calling and just blah blah talking, you ain't talking about fishing, you ain't talking about doing nothing, but some BS. Yeah, that phone call will be ignored. I get with you when I get off the water. No disrespect. I'll just get with you later. But yeah, man, definitely fish for the solitude and the peace. But the adrenaline rush, that's what the fishing is all about. Man, when it's come time to fish, if you're not catching a fish, if you're not excited, if you're not fired up about the fish you're catching, well, I'm not gonna say what are you fishing for, because like I said, maybe that's them. Maybe the way they catch their fish, they just nice and catching and reeling them in, and just enjoying their day. They don't gotta be wild with it. Whoa, and act wild and show out just because they caught a fish. You don't gotta do that. But regardless of all that, even if you're quiet or not, inside of you, man, so this is an adrenaline rush. When you hook that fish, your mind, your heart start beating crazy. I noticed a lot of times, even with other people, when they hook a fish and they land the fish, you'll start hearing this. Yeah, just landed. It's a big one. And it's like, why are you breathing so hard? What makes you breathe hard? But I really believe when you hook into a fish, you didn't die. When you look into a fish, you didn't lose. You shut down your whole body for a minute. And all you do is fight. You don't breathe. I swear, I don't even think you breathe, man. Because when they land the fish, they don't even be a giant fish. Like, what all you doing is this? What's the hard breathing part about? I swear, I think we just, without even knowledge, we just stop everything and just be fighting. Everything locked up, throat. You're not breathing. That's what I think. Because there's no reason to be breathing hard from landing the fish. You're not, unless you're fighting a sturgeon, unless you're fighting something that's got you battling for 20 minutes, and you study, how you do when you see them on the on the boats, they pumping real down, pump real down. If you're doing that, yeah, you feel it be, whoo, holding them up, shaking your hands, then it's shaking, you know what I'm saying? Big fish. But if you're just catching crappie, bass, and you land your fish, whew, man, that's because you didn't stop breathing while you you didn't stop breathing while you really the man due to that adrenaline rush, man. You're not even thinking about it. You just stopped. You're not thinking about nothing when you're reeling in the fish. The whole fight is just excitement. You're just watching the line, you're watching that pole bent, and you're waiting to see the fish come up. So you can either get the net or you lip him. But that's what you're waiting on. And like I said, you I'm sure you must be breathing some kind of way, because I mean, damn, if you just fishing and you hold your breath and then you're not passing out, it's got to be some kind of way, man. Maybe we learned a way to breathe without trying to. Like how if you was they say we come from underwater, right? I don't know. Maybe we had gills and then they went away through life. I don't know. They also say we came from goddamn monkeys. I don't know. But the whole point of all that must be some kind of way I can breathe. You know what I'm saying? When I'm fighting that fish and locking up and ain't, must be some kind of way I can get the breath out, because I swear, once we land that fish, I just hear heavy breathing when we land them. I don't know if it's dudes, older, like me, I'm 50, you know what I'm saying? So I'm on the 50-yard line, man. So I'm halfway in the game, man. I'm in that third quarter of my life. You know what I'm saying? So I understand if I get a little winded or something sometime, and I also know you gotta, stay loose, exercise, and do whatever you gotta do, man. If you rest, all that good stuff, So stay fit. But I'm just saying, man, if you just doing normal activities and you a little younger and you breathing hard, catching the fish, yeah, man. Either you smoke too much or you holding your breath. And I swear, sometimes I think we hold our breaths. I swear, even when I next time I catch a fish, because I actually listened to myself when I was fishing for them crappie, and I didn't hear myself doing that, and I was like, good, I know, I was calm on top of that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even trying to show everybody my hand when I was hitting the fish back to back. I wasn't even trying to show them my hand. I was trying to be cool. But Crappie Dave, he was watching, and he said other folks was looking. I saw one group was behind me, man. They rolled up on their boat, and they see me getting the fish. And I keep peeking around, and the wife, it was a Asian group, saying, and the wife, I say a wife because she was an older woman. I think she had to have been there with her husband, but she was just like this, staring at me, wasn't saying nothing. Everybody else looking down and moving, trying to figure it out. They casting. She like looking at me, studying me, like, how is he doing this? How come he's catching fish and nobody else is? She was on me, and the people that was on the dock, they saw me put my boat in. They looking like, hey, you got a fish finder on there? Oh, okay, that's nice. That's questioning me as I'm going in the water. But once I get to where I'm fishing right there, and they see me starting to hook them, man. Now I'm hearing doom, doom. You know what I'm saying? They casting they damn lures, they sinkers and shit all around me. It's like, why out of all the water, all the people that's fishing, even though no one's fishing like me, they're all off to the sides, a little further out. They're not even getting like me. I don't know why. Even Crappie Dave was like, no one thought to just get up in there and get closer. But that's what I'm doing. I'm looking, I'm trying to spot the fish. He asked me, like, you reading? Are you seeing any? I said, man, they all over the place. They just not, you gotta give them the bite. I'm marking them everywhere. But like I said, I'm starting to hit them in them dudes on the bank, man. Older dudes, I'm fishing. Right next to me. I look, I'm like, man, I was trying to stall them out because I'm like, okay, you're not hitting me, but you all in my area. You could be casting anywhere. Still doing it. It's like, man, probably Dave rolled up. Because like I said, even they're coming. It's hard to say, man, these dudes from the bank casting near me. Crappie Dave already know him and the other anglers on their boats. They're all starting to merge in, and converge on me, man. So I'm really like, damn, I'm just watching it. Just trying to keep fishing. I'm missing fish because I'm trying to hit the damn camera. I hook the fish. Now I'm doing this. I don't like that. That was my first time doing that in a long time because I haven't even made a video like that. I've been trying to do lives and stuff, but I was making a video at the time, recording with the GoPro. So yeah, just having the GoPro and steadily clicking and clicking, you know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I'm going back to how I used to have my juice box hooked up, had a GoPro hooked to the juice box, let the camera run. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, even just fishing the other day when I was fishing them for them crappie, I was hitting them back to back. That'd have been great live footage. That'd have been great video footage, because it's the way it happened. I'm still hitting the button, you know what I'm saying? Some of the fish is getting off because the tension ain't there, you know what I'm saying? When you reeling in a fish, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to just, keep that tension. So now got them on okay, tense, trying to hold it and keep it, trying to hit the button. Man, I ain't never doing that again. The footage is good, but it ain't even great. Because like I said, every time I hit the button, you're seeing the fish, the blind already bent and the fish getting ready to come out the water. It's not a big fight. You know what I'm saying? You're just kind of catching the ass end of each fish I was catching. I'm like, Not to mention the GoPro I was using was a GoPro 7. I left my 10 because I was trying to use that for, studio work. But I did used to take that out. But see, that one had the feature where you hit the button and it records like 15, 30 seconds before you hit the camera, before you turn it on. So that's a good thing to have, and it would have been great for me. But the only thing about that is that it keeps running, so the battery is going to drain a little faster. But that's why I said I had a juice box, or I have one. I have a juice box, you know what I'm saying? So I can keep it running. It can do that. That's what I wish I had done then, man. But If was a fifth, right? Do you have any superstitions? Bananas on the boat, lucky hat, any kind of thing like that. Man, I don't know if I have a certain breakfast, like a breakfast of champions, like before I go fishing and be like, yeah, I'm gonna have my special breakfast so I can go get them. Because most of the time for me, breakfast, special breakfast, it'll just be like some boiled eggs or, some kind of little packed salmon or something like that, something that's light, high in protein. So when I eat it, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? I'm full and I ain't got to worry about it, you know? Something quick, something I do before I go to work, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Some kind of little easy meal, eat it, and I get on, you know what I mean? I don't want to be on the water, have to worry about number ones and number twos and all that. You know what I'm saying? That's the worst. You always bring a bottle for the number one. You're a guy, you can just whip out and handle that. But I don't never want to be on the water, bending my stomach bubbling. Yeah, I don't never want to be that. Promise that. So yeah, so I guess with that being said, a superstition for me would be like, don't eat no heavy breakfast before you go fishing. Eat you something light, and bring you something that you can have on the go, just little something to keep you going, but nothing that's going to sit on your stomach while you on the boat and you have to make everybody go to the land, or you going to hope everybody go to the land. You, you're going to mess around, get out there and find out ain't nobody going to the land, buddy. You got to hang your ass over the edge of the boat and drop them, and then then we'll go back to fish somewhere else. That'd be cold, man. I ain't gonna never hang my ass off the side of a boat to take no shit. I swear, that's what I'm saying. Never, ever, never. You go, get on the boat. Make sure you eat light, man. Make sure you got a lot of protein so you stay full and you got to worry. You understand? Make sure you got that energy so that you can roll or just keep reeling and casting all day or whatever, man. And always have hydration though. Always have your waters. Like I said, you a guy, you can just whip out and dip out. You know what I'm saying? But never go on the water without hydration. That's for damn sure. But other than that, though, yeah, I don't have any kind of superstitions. Don't do this or don't do that but I take that back. One thing I will say, whenever it's almost like Murphy's Law, don't go and say something about what you gonna do to the fish. I'm gonna kill him when I get out there. You probably just blew your whole trip. I'm gonna murder him. Yeah, I'm the greatest fisherman, and when I get out there, I'm killing him. You blew it. You just set up there. You just set up there and just jinxed everything. You feel me? You jinxed everything. I go out there on the water. I'm not. Yeah, like I said, my mind, the peace of mind is what I've had and what I keep when I go on the water. So I'm not going. Like I said, I never have ego, but believe if I'm starting to hook them, ego comes by. I've learned to tone that down. You know what I'm saying? To center that energy. You know what I'm talking about? Because that's one of the things, like I said, when you start to get an ego, it's like, yeah, y'all can't see me and all that. You know what I'm saying? You just mad because you ain't catching them and talking all that shit. That's when you start losing fish. That's when your mishaps happen. You know what I'm saying? That's when the bite stopped for you. Now ain't nothing special about you no more. Now you ain't getting no bites. Now somebody else is special. And now you look like a jerk because you was talking trash. You know what I'm saying? Now you just sitting up here looking like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Your superpowers is gone. That never happened to slap a man, but I'm just saying. Yeah, your superpowers is gone, man. So yeah, just being humble on the water. So yeah, don't go talking shit. You know what I'm saying? If you feel to go and fish, just fish. Don't talk shit, man. I guess that's my thing. It's not a superstition, but that's just like me. It's like a Murphy's Law. You go out there and you talk like you feel to be a Billy Badass on the fish and you talk your shit, you fuck around and don't get not one bite. I believe that part. Now, this right here, you know what I'm saying, is I've said it once, I've said it twice, I'll say it every time. What does Fishing Game Anglers Club mean to me? Man, Fishing Game Anglers Club, man. Started off, you know what I'm saying, it's just friends, be together. It actually started around the time when I would see Rippin' Lips, Obedi Williams, and Mark Daniels and all them, when they was on YouTube, you know what I'm saying? There was Rippin' Lips, the Rippin' Lips Hit Squad. I thought that was cool. I didn't know nothing about him, honestly. No, and that's not a diss. I'm just saying I didn't know anything about him because I was on my own thoughts. I was telling my folks how we should do that. I was seeing people getting on YouTube as the bottom line. I was starting to learn about YouTube and people was fishing. I'm like, man, we need to do that. We be fishing. Why come we don't jump on and do that? You know? And then we used to try to figure out little names. At first, we was calling ourselves the Fishing Game Bass Club or something like that. I think it was the Fishing Game Bass Club, because I was talking, it was Crappie Dave I was talking with, what I'm saying? It was something we were having a conversation about, and Fishing Game, them boys, you know what I'm saying? That kind of popped up. It was talking about them. They did something. And I sat there, I thought about it, I said, you know what? Fishing Game, that's kind of dope. Because I'm thinking, I'm a hood cat. When I heard that, I thought we fish. We got game. It's the Bay Area, so that's what the Bay Area is teeming with game. So all that's in my head. So I'm like, fishing game. I guess kind of fly, boy. Fishing game. I like that. That would be dope and whoop de whoop, So like I said, we started off like the Fishing Game Bass Anglers Club or something like that. And then it just kind of evolved to Fishing Game Anglers Club because it's not all about the bass. We catching whatever, And from then, we talked and everything. We would go fishing. I missed a lot of trips because I always call me a shade delay. You know what I'm saying? Because I would, man, they'll come to the house to pick me up early in the morning and I'll look at the curtain, see they out there. I'll go back to sleep, man. Or they'll come knock on the window. It's not like I didn't want to go. I just was still sleepy. I just wanted to lay down. I was a all night stayer. You know what I'm saying? It was pimps and players and all night stayers, man. You know what I'm saying? I was just up all times of the night. All times of the night. So when they come up talking about fishing, yeah, my heart said I want to go, man. But when I open my eyes and it's still dark outside and I'm just went to sleep a couple hours ago, man, I'd be like, I'm staying asleep. So I missed a bunch of trips. There's a bunch of trips. I got cussed out all on videos, just saying they be riding on the water. Hey, yeah, Cletus, yeah. Where you at? You know what I'm saying? Talking that mess, they blowing and talking mess. Yeah, you supposed to be here. Yeah. Dreamers don't get no fish and all, they'll let me have it, But like I said, it started off just groups, we'll go out and fishing. But now, for me, you know what I'm saying, because I've loved fishing game forever, I love the fishing community. So I started thinking about all that, like what does fishing game mean to me? It turned me to the thought of just a brand. Man, I could sell stuff. I could, this could be a thing, which is great. That's great. But I'm not trying to use it just to like, I'm a salesman. I'm in a fishing community and I'm just a salesman trying to sell to you. I'm trying to push a product. No, not. It's just something I always wanted to do. Always wanted to have merch. Always wanted to be able to share fishing game with other people. Talk about fish, talk about the aspects of fishing game, all that. You know what I'm saying? Talking about where spots are at. Talking about how you did that. If I saw you do something, how do you rig that up? How far you cast? How deep are you? You want to know all these things. You know what I'm saying? Man, give me the game. That's what fishing game was for me for sure. The sharing with the community and everything. And now, in my 50s, it's still all the rest, but even more so fishing game is for the fishing community, man. So, even when I did the Facebooks, had that moving for a minute, but I'm not on social media like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get back into it and try to get good with that, man. But like I said, all that, the Facebooks and TikToks and Instagrams and Twitch or Tweet or whatever them damn things are, I can't keep up with all that stuff, man. I know I probably sound like an OG talking that, man. I don't know nothing about that technology. No, I'm not saying that. I just don't have the time for it. I work 5 days a week. You know what I'm saying? From the early morning, whatever, at 9, 10 o'clock to then at 10, 11, 12 in the evening. You know what I'm saying? I got a 2-hour drive. No, not 2 hours, like an hour and a half drive, whatever, back and forth to work each time. I don't got time to be on social media like that. I don't even be on Facebook, even on my own profile. I'm just starting to get back on there because I'm trying to figure out a way to get the social media moving, Got to get back on the Facebook, got to get back onto the little groups, trying to get them popping again. because I just don't be on there. Like I said, last year I didn't do anything. I wasn't on fishing, doing any fishing. So, I wasn't posting nothing. I wasn't talking about nothing. So I understand, how my social media kind of went downhill, but my YouTube stayed straight. I didn't, like I said, I didn't do any fishing and none of that last year, but I didn't lose a bunch of subscribers. I still had a couple hundred, so that was good. I was like, okay, man, I gotta focus. And I start focusing on the YouTube thing, with fishing game, start doing videos and whatever, trying to build it back up, trying to get back on track. I said, man, I said, this year, I'm gonna do everything I was supposed to do last year. Just get better. Be more consistent. You start off your New Year's with your New Year's resolutions. Mine was to get more consistent with what I'm trying to do, man. Because no one else is going to do it for me. We all may talk fishing game and do all the stuff, but you got to put some footprints in the sand, man. So that's what I'm trying to do. Trying to be more consistent, trying to do a live once a week. I got to get back into my videos. So I said I was trying to do a video just the other day. And that was crazy, but I know what I did. I know I can do better. I didn't do it wrong, but I know what I can do better, which is getting back to how I did it, get back to what I know. So that part, I'm trying to do that, the lives, the videos. I thought of the Line Drop podcast. It's like, you know what? Where can I go, outside of people's chat rooms? Where can I go where I can speak with the fishing community, mix and mingle, meet people, and a lot of y'all crazy. A lot of y'all, when I'm in the chat rooms, man, a lot of y'all go crazy. I ain't gonna lie, man. It's a lot of loyal people out there in the chat rooms, man. When I go to chat in different lives, they're there. Those same people. Like that's why I said the community, man. It's like y'all are always here. I like that, So these are things that are coming to me as I learn through this life. I'm like, man, I like this. I got to build into this community. I got to build with this community, become part of this community. Whether it's the fishing community on the outside, or the fishing community in this television. You know what I'm talking about? I'm trying to be with all of it. I'm with all the shit. That's that's the old school phrase we used to use. I'm with all the shit. So I said, man, I'm gonna invent this podcast. Man, not invent. Is that a good word? Nah, I didn't invent it. Just thought of it. To do it. So here I am. You feel me? I said I was gonna do it in February. I started in February. It's on. I'm live right now. The one I did last night with Crappie Dave, I should have just went live. I did a recording because it was late, and I was thinking like, man, it's like 10, 11 o'clock. Going on 12 or something like that. I say, man, if I go live, it's probably not even gonna be nobody on there watching. There's a couple people here, people that's on there now that's probably passing in and out, passing through. I don't know. Love y'all, peace out. For all that. But just saying, my mind was like, there probably won't even be nobody watching at this time of night. Everybody probably sleep. Even in other spots. Internationally, they probably just getting ready to get up. I don't know, but it's like I think everybody's asleep right now. I'll just record this and then schedule it to come on basically today. Basically have it come on today. And I was watching the videos and everything last night. I was watching our podcast. I was watching the AI clips and everything. And all of a sudden I did something. I think I must have erased something and I blew it all. All of it's gone. So hopefully this right here works out. But yeah, man, like I was saying, fishing game, man, it mean the world to me. You know what I'm saying? And I want it to mean the world to everybody. I want everybody to understand, like I said, man, when I go live, when I pop up like this, it's more. I can't say I'm not trying to get subs up and likes and views and all that. Can't say that. I'd be lying. That's like having a restaurant saying I'm not trying to feed people. I'm just trying to make some money. It's like, no, you're doing all that. There's those two things are true at the same time. You're trying to make good food. You're trying to feed the people. You're trying to earn a living, right? That's where I am. I love fishing. I love the fishing community. I want to have merch. You know what I'm saying? I want, man, fishing game. You know what I'm saying? I want, man, t-shirts, all that old kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Mugs. You know what I'm talking about? Just different things. I want that for everybody to purchase. I want to be able to see something I created or, me and my folks, whatever, however you want to say it. It's not all about me. But I'm just saying, speaking from me, something that I created, I want to see people with it. I want to see them with a shirt. I want to see them with a mug. So I want to see that they're supporting my ideas. And man, what's better than that? You know, I would hate for people to think, oh, this thing just trying to sell me something. You know, maybe I might come up with an idea and shoot it to my folks on the phone. You know what I'm saying? They might look at it and be like, man, this nigga trying to sell me a shirt. I ain't trying to buy no motherfucking shirt. I don't know if they said it or not. I know some people do. So there's no names. No, I ain't saying certain people act like that, but you're out there. Acknowledge yourself. But I just want to see the support. You feel me? I just want to see that somebody actually was like, you know what? I like dude. I like, let me see what he got going on. So they go to fnganglersclub.com. You know what I'm saying? FisherGameAnglersClub.com. FNGAnglersClub.com. They go there and, you see the shirts I got, you know what I'm saying? It got to be something you like. You feel me? It got to be. It's a couple of different ones I got. My favorite one is the Slapper Man. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. When I just thought about the Slapper Man and I made that up last week, that logo, oh man, I love that. That's one of my favorites. You know what I'm saying? Check that one out. And it's a few other ones, man. I got about 50 shirts, well, might be like 45 shirts or something, but I do definitely got other mugs, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? YouTube live mugs, Facebook live mugs, Line Drop podcast mugs with your boy on it. Hello. Yeah. You know what I'm saying, man? Back to what I was saying, I got off track because I get excited. Thinking about ideas and I'll go rant. But yeah, man, like I said, fishing game is really just about community for me, man. You know what I'm saying? I want to share this with y'all. So I appreciate everybody that slid through, you know what I'm saying? The couple people that's watching. I'm trying to build this, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, eventually, all this just goes that way, man. Everything goes that way. I want it to go up, man. For life, for my family, you know what I'm saying? For helping support the movement, you know what I'm saying, to help support my family when I need them in, you know what I'm saying, if I gotta take care of some things, you know what I'm saying, man, I want all that. Everything I see with the other podcasters and how they move, you know what I'm saying, I don't see nothing wrong with them when they get their little support from the fans, whatever, you know what I'm saying, super chats and whatever else, I'm like, damn, they throwing dudes $100. I'm looking at different things like, boy, y'all really like these characters. I mean, I don't mean to call them characters, but I'm just saying, the people or whatever, some people are characters. Anyway, though, people be really dedicated to them, you know what I'm saying? And they really support. And I watched that. I'm like, that's a beautiful thing, man. And they probably never seen these people before in their life. You know what I'm saying? And they're sending them dough. They watch them all the time, and they're just so comfortable. Like, man, I want to keep you going. Man, I would love to have that. May not ever get it, but I would love to have that, man. I'd love to be just doing my thing, doing what I love, and being for the people, just showing up every week doing this. And somebody, not everybody, but somebody is like, boom, that's for you, homie. Man, that's going to come. Like I said, hopefully it will. I say that's gonna come to speak it into some fruition. But if it do, it do. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not here for all that. But like I said, that'll warm your heart, man. That'll keep you going. That'll keep you doing what you do. Sometimes people give up, like, man, nobody cares. Nobody watching this, whatever. But I've learned from y'all. I've asked questions like, man, so I feel like doing it, and I don't. What should I do, man? First thing I hear is, like, just do it. That's what you do. Don't hesitate with the podcast. Talk about what you're going to do. Keep on talking about what you're going to do. Do it. Do it. Get used to it. Get used to talking to the camera. Get used to just, showing your face. Stop talking about what you're going to do and do it. Put it into action. Put it into motion. So that's what I'm doing, man. This would be my second one if I didn't erase the show from last night. This would be my second one. I actually had to pull my heart out my chest for this one. When I noticed that it was going, that I made a mistake and messed up the other show, man, and the good show that it was, we had a great show. I ain't gonna lie, I really liked that show. Even all the clips that came from it, man, I'm still kicking myself in the ass for that. But I'm loving it, you know what I'm saying? And I want this to continue, man. I jumped up this morning when I noticed it. I was like, man, let me just get to the camera. all that talk I usually do, man, I rush to the camera and hook everything back up right now, you know what I'm saying, so I can do this. So shout out to y'all. Peace to y'all, you know what I'm saying? I hope y'all day go great. I'm about to then go pop me some popcorn. Matter of fact, what I need to do, go get these this dinner ready for my family. Get these stuffed bell peppers going. You know what I'm saying? Get the ingredients together or whatnot so I can get that popping. I know my wife wants some of those stuffed bell peppers. Even though I want some 7-layer dip. But you know, I'm gonna do that for her. I don't know. I may not get my 7-layer dip, but I gotta do that stuffed bell peppers for the wife, man. Happy wife, happy life, happy spouse, happy house, you know. So like I said, man, I appreciate everybody that slid through. They've been on there for almost an hour and a half, hour and 18, hour and 20 minutes, whatever, man. That's great. Like I said, last night we went 2 hours. I'm gonna be doing this every week. I don't know if I'll be able to pop up during the week or not, because when I do, it's gonna be after hours, you know what I'm saying? It'll be the night bite. And maybe I'll just record it still. If I feel like just going on and talking about, you know what I'm saying, certain thoughts or whatever been going on, maybe I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know. Hit me in the comments, let me know. Will y'all be up if I come home late night, 12, 1 o'clock and decide to do the show? Or should I just do it on the weekends? Or should I just do it period whenever I feel like it and y'all gonna tune in? You let me know, man, because I'm here for y'all. And I love the fishing community. Clearlake loves the fishing community. Can't say it no more, no plainer, no clearer, man. Shout out to everybody. Everybody in the chat rooms, you know what I'm saying? I want to say chat room. I don't want to say chat room goons, man. That's what I used to hear. That's what I used to hear from watching other shows, you know what I'm saying? But that name, it sticks in my head from the 5150 show with Corey Hope, the chat room goons and shit. Y'all not goons, you know what I'm saying? But the chat room folks, man, you know what I'm saying? All them good people out there, man. Marine Army Mom, do the damn 415, G-Dad, man, real for life. Real for life. Yeah, real for life. Yeah, I forgot the numbers, but real for life. Pitbull, Danny, Ferg, man, it's a few of them. Man, I hate to start naming a bunch of names and I leave people out because I run across y'all all the time in the chat. You know what I'm saying? Paul catching the carp. Man, it's a few people. Like I said, it's hard to just name everybody. Resin Cat, you know what I'm saying, with their designs and what they're doing. I try to watch everybody, man. So like I said, tune in when y'all see me pop up, man. When y'all see the Line Drop Podcast, man, click on, man, and get on there and represent. Jump on, man. Like I said, if you see the link to jump on as a guest, don't be scared, man. Jump on. Let's holler, let's talk, and let's chop it up. Until then, though, y'all enjoy yourselves. Don't drink and drive. Have fun. Kiss the babies. Hug your loved ones, man. Root on for the Super Bowl and the team that's playing, man. Hope nobody get injured. Let's get excited for a good game. Whatever you're doing with your day, enjoy your day. Have fun in the sun. And fishing game, man. I will holler at y'all, man. Love y'all like soul cooked food, man. Hold on. My son want to say something. I don't know why he want to get on here looking ridiculous. If he want to clown himself, and y'all gonna see how he look. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm telling him. I'm saying it so he can know what he about to see. He finna put his face on public television, looking the way he look. If he wants to do this, I'm gonna let him. So do you feel do it?
And one more thing.
Look at him. His hair.
I'm gonna come back into fishing game just to let y'all know. I'm gonna come back.
He not even dressed. He coming on looking wild, man.
I'm gonna come back. Don't y'all worry. If you believe without me, but I'm gonna be back. Don't you worry. I know some of y'all love me. I'll be back. Don't you worry.
Yeah, he'll be on it again, man. I just roast him right quick, man. That's my son. I love messing with him, man. I love roasting him. But yeah, he'll be back, man. Cletus Clearlake Jr. That's the future of fishing game, man. I want him to sit back and look and peep game. You know what I'm saying? Sit back and watch. Watch me do these things. You know what I'm saying? Learn to be creative. Man, get your mind right. I tell him, don't start no stupid ass habits. Don't start smoking weed, drinking, smoking cigarettes or whatever. And that's no knock to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Because I did have that shit. I smoked weed. Well, you know, I'm not even gonna say. I'm not gonna put the D on it. I probably still might get on that, but I don't do that in front of my kids. None of that type of shit. I don't play like that. But bottom line, don't be smoking weed. Don't be drinking. Don't start any bad habits. Bottom line, I don't want to single out somebody to be like, well, I do that. But I'm telling my son Don't do none of that shit, man. Keep your mind right. Keep all your memories. I swear, all the tree I done blew through my life, man. I'm telling you, the shit I did when I was his age, from then, you know what I'm saying? From 12, I'm 50 plus now. I was 12 getting down when I jumped off the porch at his age, man. So just saying, man, don't ruin your life messing around with the bullshit, man. Don't get caught up on no drugs or no nothing. Don't get caught up in anything. Too much of anything is bad. You know what I'm saying? So, man, put some balance in your life and be a good man, son. You know what I'm saying? Stay away from all the rainbow activity and all the stuff, man. Be a solid dude. And I'm not even hating on the Rainbow Coalition. Just saying, man. Honestly, it just ain't for us. And if it's for him, then you know it is what it is. But I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying, man. You know, I'm a straight dude. And I shouldn't be wrong for saying that. You feel me? You shouldn't be wrong for saying that. You got to say the truth, speak your mind, man. You can't go along to get along with everybody, but you can get along with everybody. You feel me? And that's all I'm saying. Peace out, man. Fishing game. One love. Till next time, y'all, man. Casting lines, speaking lines, tied side by side with the tide. You have been watching the Line Drop Podcast, powered by Fish and Game, man. Don't forget to stop by fnganglersclub.com and check out that merch, man. Help your boy out. Peace out, man. Love y'all. Let's get to the Super Bowl. I hope to see y'all in y'all chat rooms, man. I'm about to hit the lives up right now and see what y'all doing. I know somebody fishing out there. Peace.